Okay. Welcome one and all, Beartown Radio listeners. This is DC Wood of Curtain Call reporting live at the Electric Picture House in Congleton on Friday the 27th of September 2013. I'm joined here now with the 2004 Cheshire Poet Laureate, Mr. John Lindley. Thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us this evening, sir.
Okay.
Okay, now obviously tonight it's reel to reel.
That's right.
Your reading of Screen Fever. I think first question I must ask is how did you come up with the idea for the collection of poems?
For the collection of poems?
Yes.
Well, I guess I never really did come up with an idea for a collection of poems. They've just been poems that have built up over the years.
Yeah.
And my very first collection, which was a good while ago now, had several film poems in.
Yeah.
And then once I realised that I was building up these poems, I've deliberately kept anything on cinema out of subsequent collections, knowing that one day it would be nice to gather them together as one thematic piece.
Brilliant. We also remember on a few months back, we did actually review Screen Fever as a review of Week for Curtain Call. One thing I noticed about the collection of poems is that instead of looking at cinema today, it pays tribute to all the wonderful things about the film that have established cinema in the first place, such as the classic film noir, the all-time greats like Fatty Arbuckle, for example. Do you say I see that it's been important to you to stress the important things that have helped establish cinema into what we know it as today?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like everything comes from everything, and I think it's a mistake. I'm a great lover of old film anyway, but I'm not so hopefully simplistic as to feel that all old film was great and all new film is rubbish. There's always been peaks and troughs in all the films, but I don't. Part of it, I don't think it was an educational thing. I wanted that breadth of it covering from the silence to the present day, but it was no chore going back because my own particular interest in film is strongest for films from the decades before I was born, so the 30s and 40s. Yeah.
Brilliant. Certainly, having read the book, it was a great range of poetry, great range of different subjects in film that it's covered. How well has the book done so far? Because it's not just recent; it has been out for a few years now, hasn't it? So how well has it done?
Well, no, not a few years. Came out last September.
Right.
Last September, and has gone very, very well indeed. And I think the previous book sold well, and that went through a second printing and is now out of print. But I think the success of Screen Fever, if you can call it that, in poetry terms, is never the success we're talking about in normal publishing terms. Yeah. But I think may have been that a lot of people who would not normally approach a poetry collection are drawn by the theme, and so hopefully that's brought people. And also they've been poems that very much lend themselves to performance, not always in such a full-blown way as I'm doing tonight, but just generally speaking, they are poems for performance, I think, and performance always helps sell books.
definitely much so, which has helped bring about this event, this reading tonight, reel to reel, for the open space event.
Yes, well, it's a dream I've had for many years to do this, and I used to put on a performance simply called Screen Fever, which was poems with audio snippets, and it's just taken until now really to realise it more fully and think this is crying out for film footage, and I think because it's the first time you'll see it tonight, Daniel, first time anyone will see it, including me. I think you will see that the poems are coming at you in all different kinds of ways, not all read live by me, so it's quite a different experience, I think.
Brilliant. Well, certainly looks forward to it. We'll be recapping the event as part of certain other events in part of Open Space for the Creative Spotlight. Great. Thanks very much for your time, John. Is there anything you wish to say to any aspiring poets out there?
Read poetry. Read poetry. Yep. Read a lot of poetry, and that's how you get better. And if I could just put in a very quick plug for tomorrow, which is a charity event in aid of UNICEF at DeLacy's Cafe in the Town Hall in Congleton.
Oh, great.
And that's 10 o'clock, a poetry and song marathon, 10 in the morning till 10 at night, and anybody can turn up at any time of the day. They have to pay 50p, which goes to charity, and they get to do a poem or a song. And if you just want to go and hang out there and listen, that's fine too. But it'd be lovely to see some people there to raise for a very important children's charity.
Okay, absolutely brilliant, and look forward to it. I'll see if I can get down as well. Okay, thank you very much, John.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks very much. This is DC Wood finishing off a report for Curtin.